Hey, good day, good evening, grand rising, wherever you may be in the world. I guess what the title says is the question: is love the answer? I think we all understand that we all live in a little realm and we all have our own opinions about what love is, right? So I just figured it would be a good conversation for anybody that wanted to come in and say hello, or because if love is the answer, then we're here, right? I mean, come on, let's do this together. Uh, hey, Lita, how you doing? Just came in to say hi. Hey, how are you? I'm at work. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm at work too, but right now I'm on break. I just took the kids to school, so I have 6 hours to my own. So this is what I'm doing. I'm starting to do a live. I'm good. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Uh, I forgot where you were at. I'm not. I'm not even gonna guess where you are working. Um, Forgot. But I hope it's all going well. Ah, that's right, Saudi Arabia. That's right. But you're from the Philippines and you're working on a contract in Saudi Arabia, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure though because it's been a while since we've talked. So, but anyway, I understand that you have a husband at home and a son that you're taking care of. So I appreciate you coming in and saying hello, especially on your work time. Yeah. No, I believe in my heart that love is the only answer. Love is the only power greater than the darkness. Okay. Love is in the darkness as well. So I think we have to understand that it's all of us. No one else. It's us. Us together can, we can turn this darkness around. You know, I feel personally after I had, cause I didn't know until, um, I don't watch social media per se. Like I don't watch CNN. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch any of the news feeds. At all. So when I found out and was made aware of Charlie Kirk's passing, his assassination, a friend of mine from Oregon sent me a video of it, and wow, I wasn't expecting the graphic horror that it was on social media. It was just it was mind boggling. But was really more disturbing was when Chase Hughes created his video of the horrible effects after, you know, the people that were posting such ignorant comments in the comment section about this horrible assassination of this person that was just voicing his second opinion, his second amendment right, and very good debater in my opinion. So this brought up this great feeling inside myself to ask myself, why? Why is this happening on this such of an epic level of extremes? And I come to the conclusion that people can get more of a reaction out of something that's bloody and gory than they can necessarily from someone talking about uh, the things that we're talking about right now. So it's very interesting to see the divide, the chaos, the controversy, and it's not on accident. And neither was this assassination. This was all premeditated, and in hopes that we could stir some more stuff up, and the confusion and the other stuff that's being set aside. As far as we're on the brink of war right now with Venezuela, China, Russia, and who's to say that something may come out of this? God willing and God with all the power of God, hoping that it doesn't. But there's nothing that anybody can do to control that. It's energy. No, top of 7. Hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? Good day. So no, it's something that I just want to bring to the awareness of us is if you think that we're powerless, that one individual within its means of its own control in the moment can make a difference, and that's a positive thing for me. So I'm happy, very, very happy in that perspective that maybe other people can look at this too and see it from something that we can learn from, something that we can pick up from where he left off. And because someone's got to do something. If we can't even speak our own opinions in this world without being assassinated, there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that completely. And it's scary. Thank you for the like, whoever came in. I appreciate that. Lita, I think you gave me the like. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, yeah, I had a wonderful 2.5 hour or 2 hours and 50 minutes of a live with a friend of mine from Oregon. And I'm so grateful. I'm happy that he joined me. It was awesome. I haven't seen him in a while. We talked once before we even had the live together. That was awesome. I'd like to do that again on Friday night. I think that'll be awesome. I'm not going to say anything about planning anything per se because that never works out. But I'd like to work on my little YouTube studio that I've been putting off and getting that set up. That might be a great possibility to start this week too. So maybe by Friday I can be in that. And I got a couple other things that I'd like to introduce. I think because music's so important and it's a huge part of my life, I'd like to talk about music more and how it affects everybody energetically and motively. So I think it's important to understand what we're listening to. The words are important. So there's all kinds of new life that I'm kind of instilling in myself. Each day it just seems like it's another foot moved forward, and it's not staying stagnant. It's movement and it's flow, and that's what we all need. We need the movement for sure. Idle hands are the devil's playground, so to speak. Familiarity breeds contempt. Those two things are so important, and they go together. Okay, and once they just get into the weakness of the part of the vessel, the battery that we are stored, and that's when things start changing. I'm grateful for the peace. We take for granted we take for granted the time that we have alone with ourselves, because we think in our heads that we can't do this, we got to do something. It's just something, it's our instinct. It's that fight or flight, that it's not okay to just sit still and be patient. And I'm learning that it's more than okay to be still. It's more than okay to be with yourself. And it's definitely more than okay to express that time the thoughts and the feelings that you're going through. It's a time that it's okay to self-reflect without putting any judgment upon any of the thought. That all it is just a thought. It too shall pass, as the ray of light and the frequencies that are around us. We are all energy. May I be lifted up today to see my greatest self, to be reflected within He, the grand creator who created all of us, to be the reflection and the light and the love, unconditional, without compromise, without second guessing, but to directly do what is morally and dignified, the true right of what is good and love. I know that God is love, and I know nothing else is not He. For God is with me and with you forever, eternal. That's the only guarantee. And that's just how I feel. How you doing, Tony Stark? How are you? Your comment got retracted, so you must have taken it off. Good to see you. Come on in. And I know a lot of people right now in their lives, they probably don't want to hear this in a video, and I'm probably going to stop in a little bit, but we all got to be directed by some form of energy greater than ourselves, irregardless. Something's driving you, and if you don't believe in anything, then something's drawing your thoughts to doing what you have to do in your daily process. So either way. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. got nobody. Nobody but you. It's okay. Hey, how you guys doing today? Or this evening? The weekend went really, really fast. It was it was a pretty relaxing weekend. Weather was just right. The weather's been great here in Maine. So, thanks for coming into the chat. Appreciate it. Just a conversation in general. I think personally love is the only answer. And I think it only starts with being wholeheartedly honest with yourself. And then we have to start making the change deliberately, on purpose, to do things more loving and kind. Be less judgmental. Be less, I don't know. Let's be more open-minded and see more that we have in common. We have more in common with each other than we may think, especially on a level if we have families and children, and we know what we want. We want what's best for them. We want a better future for them than what we're experiencing. So we need to start finding things that we have in common, more or less of the things that we don't, because there is far less things that we don't. I may not believe in the same church that you believe in, but I believe in the children of the future. I believe that we are great mentors in this situation here, and we should be leading our children in the direction of not being racist, it's okay to be able to worship whatever we feel is the right thing for us to worship, and for us to just practice our craft to being the best person we can possibly be, and whatever that may be. Plain and simple. I mean, it's, you guys are all wondering how we can change the world, right? Well, if you're doing something in loving and kind, and you're doing things in the right way, then you're changing the world, and you're doing it by yourself. And then people start noticing the change. And then what happens? Yeah. It's like a ripple effect. It's like the wave. It's a tsunami of love and kindness, right? Whoever says we can't change the world one person doesn't understand how powerful they are. You can be the game changer. Someone else can be the game changer. It starts with one thought, one mind, one soul. Seeing things from a positive perspective, knowing that what you see in the news and in the media, you need to question instantly. Is this what it is where I am? Is this what I'm experiencing in my hometown? Because obviously, you know what? 9 times out of 10, you're probably not experiencing anything like what they're showing you on TV. You know? And I think that's important to understand that, yeah, we don't know each other here on YouTube. But I think that once you start watching enough of somebody, you can get a pretty good idea of who someone is. And then it's not difficult to understand where the love and the kindness is coming from. You are the source of all that. So be that source. And I'm telling you, people are going to see you. They're going to see the light. They're going to see your light. Be the change you want to be. Be the change that you want to be. You're in control of this creativity. And that is a gift. Got to go, my friend. No problem. Thank you very much, Lita, for coming in. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to win a popularity vote. You know, those days are over. I used to be competitive in sports, and when I was younger, I hated to lose. And something overcame me on that. And now it's not about winning and losing. It's about my inner battles and my personal wins. For sure. I think it's what makes it easier for me to not attach myself to anything that really doesn't have anything to do with me. The problems of the world are the problems of the world. I see things differently. And the world doesn't see it my way. It doesn't. I'm the one they want to wish away. You know what I mean? They don't want to make me advertisable because it's against their ultimate plan of chaos and control and blood and gore and fear. I'm the opposite of all that. I'm definitely not. And I understand this completely now, more than I ever did, and that's why they don't want to pay me. They don't want to pay me because of all that, and that's okay. They still can put ads on my channel and stuff like that, but when it comes down to you're not marketable, yeah, I guess that's a little confusing. And that's how the world works, people. Because I can probably show you a perfect example. I could probably tomorrow make a ton of videos of blood and guts and glory. And I might do that as a challenge to just prove a point that cursing and showing violence and anger, and maybe I should do that just to prove to everybody out here that that's what sells. Lies, all that, skin, women's faces, bodies, sexual intrigue. It's all that stuff that they want to pay people for to sell, because it sells so well. And I've noticed it so much time and time again. And I don't blame them. It's business, right? You're going to sell whatever makes the most money. But leaving out so much more. And if you're only selling that and the world's only receiving that, you're making a very animalistic kind of environment for the world to experience, which I'm not too fond of. There are too many video games with gore and shooting and killing. And I know it's awesome. You guys enjoy it. I love it. But what's that doing to someone's psyche? If that's something you watch all the time. I just recently found something out the other day. I was doing my little research on Donald J. Trump. And I realized his favorite band of all time is Metallica, which kind of brings up a very interesting question. And I know I'm not going to get too deep into this because I got a good friend in Oregon. His favorite band is Metallica. He loves Metallica. And I'm very interested to see the perception of how they come to that. What is it about music, especially in that genre, that they enjoy? What brings their enjoyment out? And I'd like to know that for everybody. I tend to lean towards music that is folk music, storytelling music, Irish, Scottish. I like all the stuff with the fiddles, the slide guitars. I like music that's being manifested through the artist itself. I like the Van Morrisons of the day, the Bob Dylans that write their own music, the band, Neil Young, that kind of music. Music that tells a story about a time and a period that maybe I wasn't alive at the time, but I got a good experience or a good perception of what it was like. I like Chinese rap. Hey, that's awesome. Depending on, there's another independent artist that I like, and I like Ryan Upchurch. I like his older music. I like his music a couple years ago. I don't follow Ryan Upchurch too much anymore, but I still like his music. I think he wrote great music. And it doesn't matter. It's whatever resonates to you in a positive way. If it brings a positive perception to your world, then hey, it's good. But if anything's starting to bring negative stuff to your world through what you're doing, there might be something that you should do to check that out, because everything is energy. Everything is an electric magnetic field. And our bodies are absorbent of all that stuff. And the mind can be tricked and manipulated to form a different reality that you actually want to live. If we're not careful, if we're not questioning the thought that creeps in. That's why it's so important to gain control of your own mind. Being an independent thinker, thinking for yourself, not allowing social media and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, all the stuff that you follow, let that not be the something that's influencing you as a person. I try to do interesting things that can help me usefully in my life. That's what I try to focus on. I focus on things that it's going to be useful and helpful for me and all that's involved in my relationships in this experience, because there is no destination in this journey of life. Life was never made to be figured out. It's ever changing for a reason. Good or bad, good or bad's always here. The game changer is us. If we could stop being conformally manipulated and realize that we're the reason why these things are being enacted, is because we're giving it the power and the fuel and the reactions to all this stuff. If they presented stuff on the news that no one was watching, the world wouldn't even be the way it was. The people wouldn't be thinking the way they do. But there's so many people concerned about what other people are doing in this world It's helping it. It's helping this big machine. Quit feeding the stupid machine. Quit feeding into the ideas and the propaganda and the bullshit. Listen to yourself for once. Don't listen to your neighbor. Don't listen to your so-called friend that you talk to every day. Think for yourself. Influence is so important. And who you allow yourself to be around with your energy is extremely important. Whatever that may be. But if we're not using our minds as a parachute, realizing when we're falling out of the plane, it needs to be open. The mind's the same way. The mind has to be open or it's not going to work. You will be a zombie. And you will do things that you don't really want to do. And then you're going to look back at it and say, why did I do that? That was what you gave it power. You're giving whatever it is around you the power to do whatever it is to you, to control you, to manipulate you. You've given that power up. You've given that away. And so to speak, I hate to say this in a roundabout way, but it's selling your soul. If it's something you want to do, it doesn't matter what it is, you'll do whatever it takes. That word, whatever it takes, then you've lost that soul. You'll do whatever it takes for money. You'll do whatever it takes for fame. You'll do whatever it is. Hey, how are you? Good afternoon. Good morning here. I mean, good day here, but from Germany. How you doing, Lily? Good to see you. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. The power, the true power is you. The true power is always going to be you. The influence is something different. And that's what motivates most people. And I can honestly say that I cannot be bought or sold. And I really don't care about the monetary value. Because the real monetary value and the real currency is you're looking at it right here in this camera, and it's me. I'm the one that created that currency. I'm the one that allowed that currency to have any value. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to go buy a brand new $160 pair of Nike shoes when I can go to Martin's and buy one for $29. And it's the same shoe. I'm not going to go out and buy a $380 Goose Down jacket when I can go to Goodwill and buy the same jacket for $10. These are things that you need to understand. If you want to give these people these rich Louis or whatever it is, Chanel No. 5, Guess, any name brand, if you want to give them all your money, then that's totally up to you. It's a choice. It's God willing. You can do it, whatever you want to do. But there's so many alternatives out there to save so much more money. Your monetary value is only as value as you consider it to be. If you think driving a $150,000 Mercedes-Benz identifies who you are as a soul, the person, you're completely wrong. Yes, it looks nice. And yes, you may have a persona to yourself, but you created that currency and that thought and that idea that makes you better than everybody else. So what I'm trying to say is we all have choices. It's called free will. So I'm not here to judge anybody. But I'm hearing you. If you hear the commercial, and this is another thing, I just got me on this. It drives me crazy when I see pharmaceutical advertisements for medicine, but I don't see cigarette commercials anymore. What the hell's the difference? Can someone tell me? Zordian or any weight loss. Go ask your doctor if this is good for you. Now, what kind of commercial is that? You know what I mean? Back in the day, Camel cigarettes. I would walk days for a Camel without water. What's the difference between a pharmaceutical commercial and someone that's selling tobacco products? There is no difference, my friends. It's up here. It's an illusion. It's the mind trick, everybody, into thinking that they're convincing you what you need and want every day. They're the ones that telling you, hey, with all the McDonald's commercials, hey, let's go eat McDonald's. It's a lot easier to go eat at McDonald's than it is to go make a meal at home. Or I really need a milkshake today. So you get bombarded with a bunch of commercials about milkshakes. Or you're looking for insurance companies. Or you're looking for a brand new car. Wow, amazing. Look what happens. You get all kinds of commercials that have everything to do with what you just said. To me, that's ridiculous. And to me, there's no privacy in that. There's no freedom and free will in my own mind if I got commercials every day telling me what I should and shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm here with the opportunity that YouTube has given me the opportunity to speak freely, to express my free speech. And I have nothing to lose. It ain't like I got a million people in my chat, and they like it that way. They don't want somebody like me to be popular. And I completely understand that too. But I'm still grateful with all my gratitude that I have an opportunity to be able to come out here and make a video. I think it's awesome. And I thank YouTube for that. And I appreciate it. I'm going to have to go out and check out Lily. She's from Germany. I like that. That's awesome. Right? She's new. Then we got a Jeff Farr. He's in here, and he likes rap music. And I like rap. Rap's pretty good, depending on what it is. So, but anyway, we're pushing on 40 minutes. I'm a lighthouse, steady and strong, for the world to see my light shine bright. I want to see yours. You can bless the road to happiness. I'm Will, sending love and light. I'm a lighthouse, steady and strong. And it's funny, Maine is gifted with so many lighthouses. And I guess that's part of the philosophy of where I come from. And I'm so blessed that I was born here, or not born here, but put here in New England, born in Connecticut, but here in Maine. Lived here all my life. Living on the land that's been used for so many things, for so different things. Time before the colonies even showed up here, when there was natives on this land taking care of it, feeling the energy and the souls of past ancestors that have been here. It's a feeling that's unmistakable. It's an essence that you can feel when the wind blows just right and the eagle's flying over high above your head and you're overlooking a pond or a lake. It reminds you of where the true gifts really are. And it's not necessarily on social media. It's having a connection with nature and yourself and seeing the beauty that's all around you, you know? I think it's wonderful that the trees are still so green. Everything's so full of life, but soon, it's going to happen. The days are going to start getting shorter. The days are going to get colder. And then the loneliness is going to try to set in. But with every brick or every stick that you burn in that wood stove, it's a breath of fresh air knowing that you'll be warm. I think that's what it's about. Maine's so special in that way. It's a state that is so individualized, that challenges a soul. And it takes a special person to live here. And in that, realizing that I'm special, it took a special person to be like me, to have the courage, the bravery, and the understanding to know that you are going to stand alone. And there may not be codependency. It might be independent. And to show no fear. You're never alone. All is love. I am love. You're love. Be well, everybody. Take care. And thank you for sharing your time with me today. Have a great day.